you want to know what's really nice about this stream? Well, if you just listen, it sounds nice. Well, do you guys actually want to know what sounds better than that stream? Well, it's this M240i screaming around a racetrack. Now, I've owned this M240i since last summer, and I've spent a lot of money on it in my ownership. Today, I'm going to show you everything I've done to get this thing behind me ready for track. Now, before you all click off the video, presuming that all I've done is a downpipe and a tune, you would be correct, but you'd also be wrong. Now, while a downpipe and tune on these B58s is an actual overpowered move, and you can make crazy horsepower with just those two things, I have made it very clear in previous videos that whilst a downpipe and tune are good, you need a lot more to actually make these cars perform well, especially if you plan on tracking it. And today I'm taking you guys along with me, showing you everything I've done on this car, some of the things you need to do, and also some of the things that you don't really need to do. And hopefully by the end of the video, you'll have enough knowledge of some of the things that you should fit to your M240i, or in any case, a BMW, to get it ready for some spirited, fast road or track driving. Now, we're going to start the video off with the elephant in the room. It's not the wheels and it's not the tyres. It's something a little bit more important than that. And the crazy thing is, you can't actually see it on the car right now. Now, believe it or not, the best modification, I think, for track use on these cars is the M Performance LSD. Now, in just a second, we're going to hop in the car and I'll actually show you guys why this LSD is so beneficial. But for now, we're going to move on to the next modification, and we are going to talk about brakes. Now, at the moment, you'll notice these brakes, they are nothing special. Now, the reason these brakes right now don't look like anything special is because they're not. Currently, I've got stock discs and stock pads on my car. This is the braking stuff that this car came with from factory. Now, the reason I've got this on is because in the winter months, I didn't need anything crazy. And also, the brake dust from my high performance brake upgrades that I do fit on this car is awful. So I've currently kept the stock situation going for now. But it would be wise for me to highlight one thing. These brakes aren't staying for track. In about 2 weeks' time, I am going to be changing them back to my more extreme and aggressive braking system. And what is this braking system, you guys may ask? Well, it's the Ferodo DS 1.11 pads and also some J-Hook two-piece discs. Two-piece discs are crucial when it comes to fast road driving or track days because they keep the heat down, they don't warp, and they just eliminate brake fade. The crazy thing is, today in the UK, the roads are actually dry. They're not warm, but they are dry. And now we have actually got to talk about the next thing for the track day, and that is the tyres. You'll notice this car, we've got some aggressive semi-slicks on this car right now, and they're looking really good. They suit the car, but I didn't put them on just for looks. I put them on for grip. And the reason I've done this is I used these tyres last year. I did many UK track days and also the Nürburgring, and they were amazing. So they are arguably the two most important things, brakes and tyres, but also the LSD, but we're going to get to that in just a second when we drive this car. Now, I'm probably going to confuse you guys with this next part of the video because you're staring right at the next upgrade, but you might be thinking we've already talked about brakes and we've already talked about tyres. Well, the next upgrade, which is something I think all of these BMWs should come with from factory, is a stud and nut conversion. This is by far the best thing I've spent money on with this car. And if you're a car guy like me and you like modifying your car and doing it all yourself, we've already talked about how we're going to be fitting the more aggressive braking system back on this car. You've got to take the wheels off for this. And one of the most annoying things I find when it comes to taking wheels on and off my M240i, or any BMW in that case, is the fact that it's really difficult to actually get the wheel back on. With a stud and nut conversion, you can jack the car up, put the wheel on, and it holds it there while you then put the nuts on the actual bolts. Really handy upgrade, so when it comes to fitting those brake parts or even just doing anything that you have to get the wheel off for on these cars, it just helps and makes your life a lot easier. Now, I've had the privilege of owning two cars, basically the same two series, an M235i and also this M240i, but the catch is both of them came with an open diff, and I've only fitted an LSD to this car, and my days, does it make a difference. Here's a little something on screen for you guys to see, if YouTube allows me to show it, to show how good an LSD actually is on these cars. But one of the main things that an LSD helps with, and it's what everybody told me, and it is true, is when you come out of a corner quite hot, it feels like the rear end of the car is pushing you out. So the LSD just lets you put that power down out of the corner quicker, and also the whole car just feels a lot more planted. It feels like you're driving a proper rear-wheel drive car. And of course, one of the main benefits with an LSD is if you want to go sideways, you can have some fun doing it, and by far it is 100% easier to control than an open diff. Open diff, yes, you can drift them, but on track, I wouldn't want to push this car as much with an open diff as I would with an LSD. And of course I've parked, and directly outside of me is a puddle. Why an LSD though? I think it just gives you confidence. Everybody said it'll give you confidence when you're driving, and that's not a lie, it is a truth. You definitely feel more confident pushing the car with an LSD compared to an open diff, because number one, it's predictable. Now in terms of price, the LSD is the most expensive thing to do on these cars. The M Performance one, it's got really good reviews, and I'm glad I fitted it. It's been amazing so far. Now I'm back in the car, and it's another day because I forgot to mention one very important modification which I completely forgot to mention to you guys. And the one thing I didn't mention is my current exhaust setup. And the reason I'm telling you about this modification now is because I've actually had quite a few viewers actually ask me what exhaust system I'm running on my 240 at the moment. Before I tell you what exhaust system is on the car currently, there's two reasons why I've gone down this route. I actually have two exhaust systems, and I have one purposely for track use, and also one that is my own personal preference that I enjoy with this car. Currently on the car, the full exhaust system consists of a 5-inch downpipe with both resonators deleted, but the OEM back box. The reason I have this on the car is because in the UK, we have some very strict sound limits of what you can actually bring on a track day. I brought my M235i last year and I had to run baffles. Turns out they fell out on track, got black flagged and had to come off. This year, I'm not taking the same risk with the 240, hence why we've got pretty much an OEM system that sounds pretty good. I will actually start the car up for you guys. And this way you can actually hear what this system sounds like with a downpipe as well as both resonators deleted. Now I like this system, it's really good, however it is a little bit tinny. I'm not too sure if that's because I still have the back box, but I'm not the biggest fan. But the noise is a good level, and the good thing is we can go on track not having to worry at all. Now here's the really cool exhaust system which some of you are going to love and some of you are going to hate. It is a complete straight pipe, and I'm talking nothing. So I have two choices. I can run this, which consists of mid pipe is completely clear, back box delete, and then we've also got a sports cat I can run, or this 5-inch downpipe. Now when it comes to going to Germany and the Nürburgring, I probably will run the 200cc sports cat because it keeps the motorway driving a little bit less droney compared to a full downpipe. But if I run this on the car for a UK track day, I'm not even going to be allowed on track because it's not going to pass the noise limit test. So currently, that's what my 240's exhaust system consists of. We have a downpipe with a double resonator delete and then the OEM back box. Come later on in the year, in a couple months time when we go to the Nürburgring, we're going to be putting that full exhaust system on that makes this car savagely loud. So there we have it. That's the full update on what exhaust system I'm running on the car. Now one thing to bear in mind, and I'm expecting the comments for this, a stock M240i would be perfectly fine to go on a racetrack with. And in my case, I didn't need to do all these things, but the reason I did them is just to make it that little bit better. Now of course you don't need an LSD, you don't need to upgrade the brakes, and you don't need semi-slick tyres. I've done all this for personal preference to just make my car handle and drive that little bit better. You guys will have to let me know what you're driving. I'd love to hear it in the comment section. And if what you're driving you take on track, I'd love to know what modifications you've done to your own cars and also any improvements you guys can suggest for this M240i. So there we have it. That is what I would call my tastefully modified manual M240i. This thing is pretty much all ready to go for track. The last remaining thing is to get a fast road geo or kind of tracking done to make it handle a lot better, and then we're all ready to hit the track. If you guys would like to see that content, then hit the subscribe button, it's completely free. You guys can like the video too if you found it informative. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching today. Bye for now.